Welcome to another episode of Cook with the Wing King. I'm here to cook, your host Olu Babalola. Today we're going to be cooking a breakfast sandwich similar to like McDonald's with a couple differences, a little bit more healthy, the same taste. Once you cook this before you be going to McDonald's because it tastes a lot better and it's more healthy, alright? Please like and subscribe, share this with your friends, show the video to people so you can get the views out, alright? As we go into the fall, autumn, I'm going to be cooking different things. Right now it's kind of more like fast food kind of things, but once we go into the fall, for real, soul food, comfort food, lobster mac and cheese, lasagnas, shepherd's pies. We're going to do a Sunday dinner, soul food Sunday dinner, so you're talking about fried chicken, mac and cheese, cornbread, collard greens, all that, sweet potato, candy jams, and desserts are coming as well. Snickerdoodle cookies, which if you're over here in the UK, just Google it. It's my #1 selling dessert, and I'm also going to get into my white chocolate strawberry cheesecake. Alright, but for now, it's just snack food, fast food kind of things, and as I said, today is the breakfast sandwich. You know, these games were fun, but now the fun's over. It's time to go to work.
In there, relax Babalola, finish at the rim.
To get the ball inside. Moments ago, that good penetration, finding that open jumper for the three, but they've got to keep Ford out of it.
My name is Olu Babalola, former professional basketball player, now cooking buffalo wings and chicken wings. Chicken wings. So now we'll do the blue cheese. Alright. So it's I don't eat pork because my father is a Muslim, and so he didn't raise me, but I do remember him coming in the house every now and then and just running riot around the whole house and then just leaving. And I do, but when he would leave, he'd always say, "Don't give my son no pork." To my mom. My mom would be like, "Alright, cool." My sister, she's a bit of a rebellious one, so if Dad said don't eat pork, she's going to get the pork. I was scared of my dad, so I wasn't touching pork. So my mom would let my sister eat pork, me, no pork. So I can't do sausage, egg and cheese, anything from McDonald's, obviously because of the pork. So I picked up this recipe to use turkey mince instead of pork mince, and I've never tasted the sausage, egg and cheese from McDonald's, but people that have tasted this have said they don't taste much difference at all. They swear that it's pork, and it's a couple of ingredients that gives it that taste, alright? So here we got 450 grams of turkey mince. This is fat, the turkey fat. It doesn't really matter what cut of the turkey you use because of the way we're going to season it, right? So in the turkey mince, we've got these here. We've got a teaspoon of each, a teaspoon of fennel seed, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of sage, and a teaspoon of cloves, right? And then we're also going to go with a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. Garlic powder you got to be careful with because it will overpower your food like this if you put a tiny too much in. So make sure you stick with the ingredients that I've just given you, and that should be enough. So you just want to get that in there, the turkey mince, and mix it in well. Alright, get that all mixed in. You can be aggressive with this, unlike remember the burger when I said make sure you pat it, be careful with it. This one you can be a bit more aggressive with because we're gonna cook it really thin. It's gonna be a really thin, flat layer. Take about 3 minutes each side to cook. Won't take long at all. And obviously with it being turkey, poultry, you have to cook it through thoroughly, right? To avoid any sort of sickness. So once that's all in, for this amount you should get a good 4 patties, right? So that's a bit much. Just put that nice and flat as you can go. Because again, this is a breakfast sandwich. You don't want too much, you don't want it to be too heavy on your stomach if this is what you're eating for breakfast. If you're eating it for lunch or dinner, my kids like breakfast with dinner. So if you're doing that, then you can go a bit more thicker, more firm. So once everything's rolled out, make your patties. Get the flame on. Just put a nice another butter in there. You don't need too much though because we're using the turkey thigh, which is higher fat content than the breast. But this is just more for flavor. So once the butter's in, melt it down, then you can throw your patties in. Put that in. It should take about 3 minutes aside. Make sure obviously it's cooked all the way through because it's beef. It's not pork. Alright, just get them in. Just leave them, let them set. Once you get a nice color on the bottom, flip them, leave them again. Don't put the lid on because it will start to steam, which could break up the patties. So just leave it like that, flip them, brown on the other side, take them out, then we'll cook the egg in there, which has all the flavors and the juices from the turkey patties. Alright, so once they're cooked, take them out, set them aside, and as you can see in there, there's a whole bunch of that's a lot of flavor in there on the bottom. You don't want to get rid of that. Keep that in there, throw your eggs in. So you can do what you want, you can make an omelette if you want, but I'm going to go sunny side up. I'm going to try it anyway. So yeah, just crack the eggs in. Try to keep them separate, opposite sides of the pan. And with this, the best seasoning for eggs, it wouldn't be me if I didn't plug mine. There's mama's seasoning, but you only need a very, very, very tiny bit, alright? Just a little bit.
All I really need is a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit.
Less than a teaspoon. It goes a long way. So get that on. Both of the eggs. Now this you want to cover, because you want it to steam the top. So you get the top is nice and cooked at the same time as the bottom underneath. Once it's about 90% done, throw your cheese on the top. And then you can either throw your cheese on the top, or if you're doing sunny side, you can put the cheese in between the egg and the sausage patty. Right? You can use anything you want. You can use a bagel, you can use a muffin, right? But I found, I'm gonna plug this, in Aldi, right? If you're in the UK, look at these. They're like croissant rolls. I love croissants. But they're long in it, so they're a bit hard to stuff. But these are rolls. How cool is that? I was very excited. Too excited. Anyway, so remember before in the burger one we told you about the bread and the butter thing. This is bread. It's a croissant, which obviously has a ton of butter in it. But where there's bread, there's butter. Remember the rule. So put a little bit more butter in the pan. Get that in there. This way you get some butter on your croissant, on whatever it is you're using as your bread, and you're toasting it inside as well. Right? Get a nice little bit, get a nice color on there, and a bit of crispiness on the inside. Right? So once you've done that, you leave it in there for about 10-15 seconds. Take it out. Then we'll build the sandwich. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the turkey patty back in there. Put the cheese on top of that. Cover it. Let the cheese melt. Throw the egg on top of that, close it up, and it's ready to go. Alright? Alright, so on a lower heat, put your patties back in. Cheese on the top. You gotta work quick. You don't want anything to burn. Because remember, everything's already cooked. It's just to melt the cheese. Cheese on the top. Cover it. Not for long, it won't take long. 20 seconds, maybe. And then we can start to build the sandwich. That's melting. When you put the egg on top of that, it's also gonna, that's more heat, so it will melt even more. So you don't have to melt it all the way in the pan. Just do it as you like it, as you would enjoy it. So for me, that's good there. That was about what, 25 seconds? Then you wanna put your eggs back on. And then now we're good to go. We'll build the sandwich. So now we'll build it. So we've got everything on there. The toasted croissant roll. Aldi, you should pay me for this because you guys gotta go try these croissants. They're so good. They're really good. Kids as well. Kids love them. Alright, so if you're serving this to somebody, just neaten up a little bit. Make sure you get rid of the edges. Just cut them all off. And then lids. It's good to go. Right, so that's the non-pork, lower fat version of bacon, egg and cheese breakfast sandwich. We'll cut it. Still nice and hot. Ta-da!
Give us a show. Ta-da.
Thanks for watching another episode. Cook with the Wing King. Breakfast sandwich, way better than McDonald's or Burger King or wherever you go to get your breakfast sandwich. A lot healthier, way less fat. These are good for dinner too. So you can, if you like breakfast for dinner, give that a shot. Thanks for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tons more food cooking to do. And we're starting a new show as well. We're going to go around different restaurants and I want to try the best wings in the UK. Obviously I got the best wings in the UK, but I want to just try the competitors to see, just to make sure that my levels are where they are. Alright? Thank you.